minutou, cara. E será que ele faz aqui ainda pronta? Foi cancelado!
This is it, the now commander sent them up, and instantly around the corner, Zel's is waiting. Oh my god!
All right, everyone, and welcome back as Sentinels pick up a 13-11 win, and you can see the Sentinels boys getting their sustenance as they're getting ready for this
not
next
bananas,
matchup.
though.
What was it?
Yeah, I saw Twizzlers. I
Twizzlers?
saw a bunch of just candies.
What kind of irresponsible
It's a
crap
sugar
is
high.
that?
It's a sugar
You know,
high.
get your
We need new stats. Sugar versus potassium. Which one's the better matchup?
I would imagine potassium.
I've never been a pro player, Emily.
What are you talking about here?
Actually, Vans, you're fired. Get
No,
out.
sorry.
There you go. All right, well, let's go ahead, though, seriously, and jump into what we just saw. Because, Emily, it felt like we were getting the same thing that we were seeing in map 1. We were getting it again in map 2. Loud was looking good. The first half was looking solid for them. It did fall apart in the end, but you were definitely seeing some great ideas from Loud in the beginning.
No, literally, what a map. I'm so glad Sen was able to bring it back, first of all, to keep my 2-1 prediction alive. But I just wanted to point out, Loud's attack, especially Vinny's calls, like, I think he had perfect calls, honestly, the whole half. Even in the rounds that we didn't end up winning, it was just phenomenal. He was able to take the space that he needed, get the bomb down. It was mostly where we fell apart was in the post plant.
I mean, you bring up a great point because that was something that we highlighted at the beginning of this matchup. How would Vinny call against a prolific IGL such as John Cutie, where now he gets to call on the attack side first? The way that he took map control at the very beginning and pushing Zekin away from these early spots on Yoru allows then, or forces Sentinels to play a little bit more passive, a little bit more reactive. And that's where you're going back to these rounds I wanted to bring up, where Sentinels just they had to play more reactionary, but at the same time, they had to start playing those retakes. And those retake protocols are really good. So when you go back to the calling of how Vinny plays here and identifies the teams moving through, well, how Sentinels comes back with not only on the protocols of retakes, but on the ultimates that they were able to scale from round to round, really allowed for them to look at that. Like, I mean, it's just Sentinels almost even on flawless rounds getting retake rounds at the same time against Loud. Nothing really that they could do, and Sentinels needed that because once Loud took the defensive side, it started getting very difficult when Digizine had the off-out.
Yeah, and there were a few moments where we were seeing, Emily, right, like they were just stuck with, the most massive gun in their hands they possibly could hold, but not a gun that they need to get back into the site because of the way that everything is played out. Do you feel like at some point maybe put that op away, focus a bit more just on getting those rifles?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, especially going into pointing out Sentinels. I said on the first map that I feel like their fundamentals, their basics were lacking. All the strats was there. They were doing most things right with their util and their comp. Here, I feel like they really brought it all together, which made it very hard for Loud.
Yeah, hey, maybe it was a good talk with Coach Kaplan over there, right? A good stern discussion. Maybe whip those boys into shape. Who knows, though, of course, Loud currently tied up now 1-1 as we get ready for map number 3. Let's go and talk about it because it's split. Now, Loud will be on the defensive first here. But, Emily, I want to start with you because you and I have been talking a lot about this split game. You have some opinions. I want to get your thoughts on this.
This map, I am so excited for. I was hoping it would go into a map 3 just because of their comps, right? They both run the Teo Breach, at least from the past games that they've had streamed. The only difference is Sentinels runs double controller, whereas I would say Loud runs a more standard comp with the double innie. So I'm just excited to see how it plays out. Hopefully to see some rounds on defense from Sentinels. And
I definitely want to know what the preparation for Loud would be going to this one, because as the coach mentioned going to the first map interview with Liz, they have practiced against enough Teo compositions. They know what to bring out, what to expect. And on the side of Sentinels, as much as it was their map where they were really good on in the past too, they were thrown in for a loop against 100 Thieves. And even Kaplan, after that interview when they lost map 1 against 100 Thieves, mentioned in the interview that the Sage actually threw him for a loop. So as much practice that you could put into that one, if you're not prepared into what the game plan is to anti-strat you like 100 Thieves did, there's a great opportunity for Loud to really take this to the 2-1 that you predicted.
And I can't wait to see it happen.
And I will say, though, it's quite surprising that, and I actually didn't even say surprising, maybe that's the improper word. I think it's actually great to see how much work Loud have put in to work against these Teo compositions that they know that they were going to be running into because, Sentinels have been very public and straightforward. John QT's running what's-his-face, so Teo. So it's like, is there, Emily, a possibility here where that could potentially backfire? Could Sentinels maybe throw a spanner into the works here?
I think
Is there
so. Possibly, if they fix the issues from that map with, I believe it was against Crew.
Yeah.
But I still have to vote Loud here. I still do. The double any beats the double controller for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think going back to that game as well, when you're trying to see how DigiZine could actually build, like we talked about it in just that in the MVP rather in the head-to-head. DigiZine, we were basically saying that Loud could live or die by the sword with DigiZine bringing out an operator as soon as possible. But he was rifling like a king going in that second map on Pearl. So to see now that DigiZine has proven to us doubters of DigiZine that he's actually a complete duelist for Loud, this actually brings a lot of heavy firepower for a team like Loud on Split that could really go toe-to-toe against that Zekin as a rifler as well.
Oh, look, if there's one thing that we've gathered from this series is that we are in for a barn burner. Map 3, coming up next, is going to be Split. Who walks away as the winner? Who moves on in this competition? We'll catch you guys in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere.
If Map 1 and Map 2 were any indication of what Map 3 holds, we are in for a good time. I'm Doug. With me on the call is Dre. We're going to turn our attention over to Split now, where you expect to see a lot of the breach, a lot of the deho, but the one wrinkle that I guess isn't really a wrinkle because we've seen it the last two maps is Sentinels love to run the Yoru with it.
Yeah, and it's looked great. I mean, this composition is basically what they're dying by the sword on. I mean, they've ran this so many times before. The key difference here is Zelsis is now on the Viper, which we've seen him dominate on in this map. And I think it's very, very tough if you're allowed to deal with not only the same utility that you already have, but now the lurk timings that Zelsis is taking. And with him being in the form that he's at after that last map and the confidence that he got on those lurk timings, we've seen him really slip through the net on this Viper on Split.
We'll see how things go this time around. You see the comps on the screen. You know the map. All that is left to do is figure out who's going to walk away on top. This map, this series, excuse me, has been a gift from beginning to end. 2 13-11s. I mean, we can only hope.
Yeah,
we can only hope.
It's been awesome. And a big key to success if you're Loud right now is Tui's needs to start getting those cool trip kills, like those cool trip setups that we saw. We didn't see too much of that on Pearl. Keep in mind that is a way more open map than Lotus, but here on Split, there's a lot of interesting trips that you could put down on the ground, and he needs to start switching up his trips, put one aggressive, put one back, have a trap play behind it. We gotta see how deep the playbook is for Loud if they wanna have a chance, because this map of Split is Sentinel's home ground.
Riot Games Arena, you have been a treat. I have enjoyed sharing this moment with you so much, but we still have a little bit more to go. Again, Split will be the scene where we figure out who walks away on top. This has felt like a heavyweight fight in every sense of the word. And I think, again, there were a lot of questions about how Loud would perform up against Sentinels. Yeah, you bested EG, but it's EG. Yeah, you bested Crew.
But it's Crew.
But it's Crew. But lo and behold, they're answering the call yet again. Already, DG getting active, taking space.
Off the rip.
Looking to push the pace. He's left with a headache on the other side. Meanwhile, there's a lot on the other side of the smoke. Is Kawanzin able to handle all of the pressure? They swing him, they know where he is, and he gets two anyway. Another ridiculous moment from Kawanzin.
And these are the type of plays you're gonna have to make if you wanna send Sentinels to the lower bracket.
Yep. And you need more.
The team play from Sen, it's just too good. You have to catch them off guard in any way, whether that's a trip, whether that's you being around a smoke, especially on a pistol round, which is so important in Valorant. Oh, Pancata.
Kawanzin again in a position to take a third, lands the dink, but that light armor is the difference maker there.
Tough luck, man. Zelsis, though, he does upgrade to a Ghost off of that, so he could still do some damage here. The defense is spread kind of thin. I don't know if that caught him or not.
30 seconds
I
left.
think it may have.
Yeah, I think they saw him.
Yeah.
The scan didn't suppress him or whatever, but I do believe they saw where he
saw
was.
him on that. Vinny in B main, he's having to jiggle back and forth, but the fight will be here towards that A site. Good Teo utility to get some space, be able to drop down.
Again, good night. I mean, if it's not Kawanzin, it's Pancada. Unreal pistols from those two.
Devastating off angle both times. Kawanzin alone as Sky in mid, getting two there. It's borderline criminal, but you just don't expect it if you're Sentinels. Why would a Sky be playing alone in a smoke?
Yeah,
or around a smoke in mid.
Absolutely.
These are things that throw you off your game that don't make sense, but pistol rounds, I mean, you could do anything you really want.
Right, a pistol's a wild, wild west.
John QT, second most
That boy likes
Tejo player.
Yeah, that boy likes his Tejo.
Yeah, DRX has literally ran it on every single map. A great nade. Dang, almost getting taken out by that, but an outlaw is found out from the side of Sen, so it was flushed out. Good reaction so far from Loud. Off of that, all that mid pressure from Sentinels, there was a dog all the way through A, and look at the minimap, Kawanzin is already flanking.
A spit at the feet of Vinny. Cannot persist, cannot push forward, has to take a step back. Meanwhile, Sentinels now trying to take the fight out onto the side. Second's gonna fall. John will as well. And it's again a firing squad for Pancada. 4 as the flawless round comes through for Loud.
Pancada absolutely teeing off on that B site, but he needs to be careful, Doug, because if he's still playing in spots like that, when there's actual utility behind and weaponry behind, we're going to see a repeat of what happened on Pearl, where he just gets absolutely destroyed by all this Tejo utility, the breach stun, Omen paranoia. So yeah, it looked cool, but let's see if you can do it when it actually matters. In a gun round.
Sure.
And he might.
Oh, I know. I mean, I think
he really might.
I think that's a fair ask. I do think they were eco frags, but he does have the ult now. In round 3. They're opening a firing squad onto Sentinels. There has to be some sort of response here, and it does not look like they can find it.
This is not the start you want if you're Sentinels. You've gotten caught off guard 2 rounds in a row now.
And this
Two of the most important rounds.
This one being the bonus.
Pistol and bonus, just not ready for the aggressiveness of Loud. These weird spots that they're playing in. Have to bring it back. That's a good start from Narrate.
He knows where the other one is, too. And taking heroics just to get it to a 2v3.
It almost feels like a must-win round right now for Sentinels to be able to have some play in this attacking side.
They clear the trip, they flash out towards heaven. 2Es posted up, crosshair trained.
Can't get the kill.
And DG not far off. Meanwhile, Vinny's starting to rotate over, but the round might be over by the time he arrives. Zelsis in a 1v3. Now spotted by the Roomba. Having to swing his way back in. Again, just so uncomfortable. You got the Roomba, you've got the dart. You know that the walls are closing in. Still finding his way onto one, though. Still an opportunity to pull this off. The swing is too wide. The shots are too clean. Loud get the bonus.
He was in the flow state right there. He was so aware of every single angle that Loud could be coming from. But it was the double up at the end there from Loud. That was just too much. And he did this with a Spectre on top of it, Doug. That's 2 rounds in a row where Kawanzin has gotten the most impactful 2K I think I've ever seen in a VCT map. Alone. I had like long range with a Spectre, it just doesn't make sense. That should be traded instantly.
You wonder if we have an early timeout coming shortly.
It feels like it's getting out of hand, but Sentinels...
Yeah, and it's not because of their approach to the map. I think part of it has to be a settling of the nerves. A settling of the conversation. Again, multi-kills upon multi-kills.
I want to say he can't be stopped. He keeps getting 2 kills around right now.
Even in the face of the salvos, DG holds W.
Yeah, that was crazy. Let's be honest right now, that was crazy. Stepping in front of the salvos. I know they're on eco, that gives you confidence, but that's very ambitious. Very, very ambitious. Another 2K, I mean. Kawanzin right now is in the right place at the right time. And yeah, that time it was against ecos, fine. But he gets that Sky ultimate online because of it.
Way more significant than the Astral, for example.
And if he keeps finding these openings, these windows of opportunity, this might snowball.
I don't. My eyes are not on that. My eyes are on DG's op.
And we've seen him get posted on this since the pistol round, right? He was here with a Sheriff. That stun came out. Zekin finally takes down Kawanzin. No more shenanigans there. That's the Sky ult gone as well, but do they expect Pancata?
They knew. They had a really good idea of where he might have been. Zekin diligent with the flash. Oh, no. It's again a disaster. Only finding one, though. Zekin's got 3. Tragedy avoided, and now DG's left alone. Imagine they're going to try to get the op out of his hands after they get the spike down.
It's so tough, though, because your money isn't really all that great.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're Zelsis or Narrate, you could trade off that orb, get closer to that ultimate. I mean, Sentinels have some really heavy-hitting ults that are about to become online. 2 off of the Viper's Pit, 2 off of the Breach ultimate. And you can really just use Zekin's ultimate in the following round to secure a free site. We've seen that recipe for success.
Right, between the Breach stun and then
it's
salvos,
flourished.
the salvos off of the Yoru ult. I mean, it's free.
I just feel like Sen are going to go to B next round.
And just bomb the site.
Zekin's going to ult in. They're going to bomb the site, get an orb on Zelsis or Narrate, and then plant. Get one of those ultimates online. Maybe snag a kill on Pancata as well. Who knows?
Well, I think part of the conversation then has to become, are Loud expecting the same thing? And are there any adjustments they're going to make to counter that?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Sure. Oh, the second one was worse.
Hey, we've all been there before, too. It's okay, man. Sometimes you just can't settle the recoil there. Yeah, John has the Armageddon online. This is all signs leading right now towards an absolute B hit. And DG Zine, he will be here with the operator, but there's so much utility that's going to be thrown his way. If he can somehow get a kill on top of it, it would just be one of the most ridiculous acts.
They're starting to manipulate rotations back towards A. Think about what they saw. They saw the Viper util and then the Yoru ult. But they don't really move off of this.
Look at how much space Zekin just cleared. What a great breach stun, too. He's just dead for free.
And now they're turning their eyes towards B.
Oh my God.
Again in a ratty spot, but this time nothing found. Discipline out from the boys on the attacking side.
Zekin grabbing that operator as well.
This is huge, too, because Sentinels are in a position where they can win this round without having to invest ults, and then you're looking at John's ult, Zelsis' ult, and Narrate's ult in the next.
Yeah. That was such an amazing Yoru ultimate from Zekin. He cleared out so much space, gave so much information to John QT. And that B Heaven split, the utility was on point. DG Zin gets bombed out, can't even get a kill in B main, and then he also just gets wrapped. You cannot play B side against this execute that Sentinels run. You have to try to disrupt or at least play retake. And again, look at these salvos. How does he know every time? It's just in his brain.
Just barely off the mark, too. Big from Loud to be able to carry those 2 weapons over.
But that's an op gone now. DG, I don't know if he's going to have enough money in the bank to be able to buy up another one. If he does, it's going to be a big investment.
Oh, Pancata overstayed his welcome. He had 2 in front of him, waited for the 3rd. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Tough spot to be in. So here we go, into the next. Sentinels with the 3 ults that we were talking about, and op still in the hands of DG. And this time, it's a line posted up towards A, and that's where Sentinels are.
There's no armor behind this. A great stealth bot.
He's got to be careful here. He might get punished by this aggression. Loud wisely taking a step back. Kawanzin again, stalwart in his defense. Tries to tuck tail and get away after getting 1, but fails. DG's not able to get any of that off. They invested the 2 big ults that they were holding on to this round, and it's not going to find anyone, but it will create some space.
These site executes from Sentinels. There's really no spots left unchecked. And now the Viper's pit on top of it. This is such a hard retake if you're Loud. You kind of have to hope for a miracle spam. All 3 players have to just start firing away into that smoke.
That's tough, too, because they're all running Vandals. I mean, you're going to get spammed back into all of the Phantoms that Sentinels are using.
4 Phantoms.
So even with that, you don't really win that fight.
Oh, John with the jiggle as well.
There's one.
It's just too tough. It's too difficult. Sentinels, again, crawling their way back into this match.
I think you got to give a lot of credit to John here. They were down 4-0.
Yeah.
Timeout was not called, so Kaplan was not a part of the conversation. John has navigated this really well to get Sentinels back in the game.
And to be fair, the rounds that they lost, it's not like it was the call that was bad. It was just a little bit of blunders in the micro of it.
Yeah.
Peeking out a little bit too early, getting caught off guard, not getting the trade on Kawanzin in mid. But they've done a great job to get their economy back in their favor after losing the pistol, losing the bonus. And now they've done a great job of using ultimates on key rounds.
Nice call, man. Really nice call. Nice call.
Again, a little bit of credit being given to the IGL.
And Dabs. John's so laser focused, he's not even looking at Zekin. He's in a flow state of his own, a calling flow state. So Loud will call a timeout. They had such a strong start, but now starting to get punished. Starting to get caught out by a lot of this utility from the side of Sentinels. And yes, we did see them save the op at the end of that last round. It has not been getting value. It is so hard to use an operator against a Breach, Teho, Yoru, Viper, Omen.
Hey, you're not allowed.
I mean, you can get smoked off, you're gonna get missiled, you can get stunned by 2 different characters. This comp has so much utility to deal with aggression. It's insane how Sentinels are able to innovate on this map of Split.
Loud investing into this round here. Bulldog, light armor on a couple of members, buying up around the op. 3 rounds in a row for the attack.
So far, Loud have paired up a lot of this Breach and DG's in behind it. And it kind of makes it obvious of what's going on for John QT.
Yeah, they've been attached at the hip what feels like every round.
Oh. B had been taken in the first 15 seconds. Bang, he takes some friendly fire, but he's got this angle.
A lot of friendly fire.
He doesn't care.
No heal to speak of either. So keep a close eye on that. Meanwhile, you've got Pancata who's trying to anchor out onto the site. Tui's playing close by, trying to cut off any sort of rotations. There's Pancata on the swing. Only able to find 2, but DG has arrived. The spike's still not out on the site. Narrate with the payload in tow. They know that DG's on the close angle, tries to flash off the op and does. So he's found safe passage across. Meanwhile, Zelsys has gone exploring. That's up really close by. What a shot from DG. And now Narrate's left in a clutch situation. He's got the stun, but he's been stunned himself, turning around on the flash, but still keeps his position hidden, only able to find 1. Loud take the round.
There's the adaptation from Loud. Not falling for any of that early aggression, not dying to those missiles in B heaven, falling all the way back, letting Pancata actually have a chance to anchor in the backside of B. And he played that so well, biding his time. I mean, 2 players not looking at him. He could have gotten that 3rd. The follow-up rocket from DGZ, and he might be the only opper other than Kong who goes for op plays like that.
Yeah, like jumping peaks like that. I mean, that's like, that's ranked.
And it seems like he always lands it too, which is crazy. And now, I believe this is a quick answer back at Sentinels timeout. Timeout after timeout. This is just how this game has gone, how this series has gone. Round after round, these teams have been battling all day long. It's been an absolute war in the server. And it takes a toll on you. Who's going to wear out? Who's going to get tired first? We saw Tui's in that last round kind of not even react to Zekin swinging him. moment now for these players to breathe, settle a little bit, come up with a game plan of how they want to approach the following rounds.
It's interesting here that Kaplan called that when he did. I mean, that was Sentinels had
Quick.
won 3 in a row, and they had just lost 1. So there was
Quick.
something that he saw there that was cause for concern.
I mean, perhaps that gap in Pancata just being backside B. Usually, Sentinels bomb that out with some type of utility.
Yeah.
Whether that's a breach C's or anything. But they had no B main control that entire split. They kind of just ran it down B heaven. And I kind of like the pacier rounds from Sen.
The op again in the hands of DG with Vinny close by.
I like this angle too. He's playing a more passive approach here. Something we saw Ye used to do on Chamber quite a bit.
Off of the flash. One has been cleared. A massive dink out from Vinny. But the shot does not connect from DG. The nade will buy a little bit of time as Narrate. Staying almost too long. Fight ensuing mid. The paranoia is out. And things settle as soon as they accelerate. But again, Sentinels not allowing Loud to get comfortable here. They push them all the way back towards B and then turn their attention A.
Yeah, this speed up at A is so good. Tui's, he needs to be careful here. He needs to play for the retake.
He's been cut off. How far up do Sentinels scale here? Choosing to wait. Meanwhile, you've got Narrate, who's going to be on this late lurk, and Calvin was ready for it. So 1 down.
Spike planted.
Numbers the way of the defense, but the attack has already gotten the site. Ult now invested. Zekin takes a step back. Aggressive flash on the other side of it, but no challenge yet. They're straddling the wall. Tui's now having to push through the smoke. Power and numbers, they're overwhelmed, they're outgunned. John's left in a 1v4, he's gotten 2. Only halfway done on the job, and DG cleans him up again.
Jumping through heaven lands another quick scope. I mean, if John gets that kill right there, he had the salvos, he has the Armageddon. It's infinite stall. He can outplay whoever was on site. That was Kawanzine. But what good awareness right here from Kawanzine, and then also DGZine holding Zelsis in heaven. These are little things that you do in preparation. And when it works out like this, it gives you more confidence that your game plan that you've instilled in this map is good.
No time to think things over. Back into the next we go. Round 10 on the cards. John with his ult. Second one off. Meanwhile, Loud had plenty to speak of as well. And an aggressive push towards A main. Off of the stun. They're even getting a deep dog here.
Baiting out the Vipers. Molly as well right away.
Bro, you know DG wants to go.
A huge investment. Great use of the clone from Zekin. We've seen him get a lot of value with this.
Yeah.
Baiting out those Cypher chips that are on the ground.
Vinny has ult.
Oh my gosh. And the problem with that jump shot was DGZ heard it. So it gives them even more time to prepare mentally.
There's the ult. The stun too. Second with nowhere to go, and he still gets a kill.
So clutch.
And he's going to be able to pop his ult, get away.
But the spike is dropped. He gets it.
It's still a 2v4 though. I mean, this is still really hard for them to convert.
He knows he has to even the score.
Second's got to do something here. Off of the flash, turning forward, eating one of his own, and then TPing away.
But they're already getting wrapped. Look at DGZ in B main.
Yeah, the benefit of having the numbers advantage here. Again, the demand for heroics. Things slow down for just a moment as DG's creeping forward with the op in hand.
The timing.
The barrel of the gun spotted and now position given away. They know where Zekin is and they're going to be dropping it on him. Narrate is close by and he's dead. Much more to be found for Zekin. He's going to have to ace if he wants to win this out. Make that 4. Can Zekin deliver? A fake TP and now Zekin creeping forward. Quietly off the tap too. He's waiting close by. He's sticking it to half. He's going to stick it all the way. Not able to settle the shots. He finds some time on the swing. And Zekin delivers for Sen City. The iBuyPower ace. What a play.
And that wasn't just a clutch. That was a masterclass in isolating fights. He turned 4 separate 1v1s into his favor.
Unreal from Zekin, the iBuyPower ace. Remember, they do a PC giveaway. It's the first ace of the week. Cold, from the Duelist. Code from the Duelist. Follow at iBuyPower on social media. Use hashtag UnlockYourAce for a chance to win the PC. Into the next round we go.
The implications of that 1v5. Look at the economy.
That was the spark they needed.
You can't make it up. Sen now have a chance to even the score.
Rounds like that are what separate good players from great ones. Yeah, you know you're consistently going to be good, but there's going to come a time where your team calls upon you to make a play. And as you were saying, the economy is now busted. They cannot stand against this fight. Second fully TPing forward. Pankata and DG nowhere to go. They're done.
They're just mowed down. That Yoru clone. It's been putting in so much work.
Loud being pushed from pillar to post here. Sentinels will get to 5.
A great follow-up round. Emotions can be riding high after seeing your teammates do something like that. To settle it down, though, right after. Secure the follow-up round that you should win. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
And they did a great job doing it.
Because that's the window for them to snatch that momentum right back away, to take the wind out of your sails. It's navigated well.
Narrate now, one off the breach ult. Armageddon online, Yoru ultimate online. Almost every time Zekken has used Yoru ult in VCT, Sentinels have converted.
He's going to get the opportunity at it again. The TP forward, they know where 1 is.
Get out of there, buddy.
The stun, they know. He's found a second, too.
This Armageddon can take that whole line out.
He's certainly going to try. Ult invested, Zekken on the swing. Meanwhile, DG trying to counter back with an ult of his own. Kill's not found. Pankata's gone unchecked.
Can Pankata hold it down again?
Is this another discipline moment that goes again unchecked, unconsidered? Pankata's able to get 1. Now the suck finally spammed through. Pankata dead. 3v3 and everything settles on the map. John playing close by. Utility out. DG's able to find wife Vinny is. Excuse me. That's all it is. And with 45 seconds left on the round, they're choosing they want to take a walkabout.
And it's the right play. Footsteps can't be heard from that far away. Running at the perfect moment. Yeah, there's some Cypher utility here, but it'll buy enough time for Sentinels to potentially get into sight, set up a decent post plant. Celsius is 1 off of that Viper's pit.
Last round of the half, too, and again,
they have to get ahead of this if Loud want to win this round, because that Viper's pit is going to be so hard to retake into.
The triple delay, 7 bullets left for Celsius.
No way he hits that shot.
Way too far out. Now he's left in a 1v1. Pit invested. Spike down. He's going to rush it. He's going to bum rush it. Not able to hit the spam. Switches to the second weapon, and Celsius walks away on top. A 4K to get Sentinels to 6.
Clutch after clutch, Sentinels bring it back. After what was a terrible start to this first half of Split. Players getting caught lacking. What good resilience shown from this squad. What a shot, man.
And then that right there, the finisher.
Not panicking when he's getting full sprayed down. He knew he had that in the bag.
Another banger. We're going to take a quick break, get an opportunity to catch our breaths. We'll see you guys on the other side of this. If you've been watching us, if you've been following with us for this entire series, it'll come to you as no surprise that we're tied at 6 on map 3 at half. Loud now on the attacking side. Meanwhile, Sentinels will be pushed. They'll be tested. We'll see what they can do on defense. Second is already really far up. There's a breach set up. Off of contact. But Narrate holding on to it. A little bit of spam through. Pressure applied. Presence made. That's all it is for now.
Dog up mid gives a lot of information to Loud that no one's playing in that vent area. That gives them the confidence to walk up this A ramp as well with the Roomba. Good contact play. Narrate gets taken down very low.
Counter stun to buy some time.
Rotations are already coming in from the side of Sentinels.
If they try to head back B, Zelsis has a really good line here.
Zelsis, he's so good at anchoring these spots. He's jump spotting with a molly. It's going to delay a lot. He might even be able to put some pop shots into somebody that's vulnerable, get the kill.
Classic no armor. Bang has to take a step back too.
Look at that molly. So many members.
And he still gets a kill off of it.
All that damage. Pancata did get B main off of that though. A lot rides on Bang right here.
John is close eye, but he's been smoked off. The missiles are so good though. Forget about taking the fight. The utility makes the difference. A desperately needed pistol. The way of Sentinels.
And that's the anchor we know on Sentinels. Bang, one of the best to ever do it. He holds these sight downs on Omen, Astra, whatever it may be, Viper sometimes. This time the controller duo, they lock down B.
30 seconds left.
And Loud, they look distraught. DG's in, not even looking at Bang in that moment. You could feel a shift right now for Sen.
That shift has never really come through. I mean, the whole series, neither team has been able to create enough separation, really run away with the map.
This is their map, man. This is, when you think of Sentinels, you think of Split, how they've innovated 2 years in a row. Meta-defining compositions, meta-defining gameplay. Some info gathered.
He's got the paranoia at the ready.
What is that entry from DGZ?
Oh, excuse me, it was a smoke. The spam coming through. Vinny now down. And this should be, barring something silly, a pretty clear and pretty clean rest of the round for Sentinels.
Yeah. Right now, Bang and Zelsis have locked down this B site. Cannot mess with them here. And that's going to play a factor in Loud's heads. They might feel like they're forced to go mid or A, and that might make it so they play straight into a trap setup from Sentinels. This B hold back-to-back rounds, yes, that was an anti-eco. But the way that these two are playing off of one another, opening up opportunities for each other to get kills in the round. It's looking very good right now for Sen, and very, very early operator online from Zekin.
14-8 for the Yoru.
Bonus round operator. Are Loud gonna read into this, or are they gonna get picked off for free?
There's one. That's about as clean as it gets.
And that was a similar shot to what he missed on Pearl, if you recall, on B long. This time he hits it at A main on Split.
Loud forced to take a step back now. Pause for a moment and reconsider the situation. Rethink the approach. Without their initiator, without one of their go buttons.
Good utility use so far from Loud. Yes, you're down a man, but still, they were able to push Zekin all the way back into that screens area. They bought a rotate, but this is the problem. You're going to run into B again. Bang and Zelsis have been phenomenal at holding this in the last 2 rounds. If you get shut down here a 3rd time, you're going to feel hopeless. Great molly to the late. Narrate has already cheated on over. He has that breach stun.
And the smoke too. But he gets spammed out. Well, the question is now, how do Sentinels respond?
You kind of have to gamble here. Narrate, he can't really play in between. Leave Bang alone on the island. He's the man that you want there.
He just invested a paranoia. That was enough to draw some attention, and now calls coming in from either side. Loud are finding success everywhere on the map.
John's still here, but it doesn't matter. Pancata and the rest of Loud, they pick apart Sentinels with that slow approach. And honestly, a miracle kill into the smoke on Zelsis. That opened up the entire map for them. Turn the tide. Pancata just too quick on that wide swing. Zekit not able to react fast enough. That one kill right there changes the entire thing. It buys enough time for John to come up with a plan on how he wants to play the 1v2. Aggression this time from Sentinels, pushing out all of that A.
Meanwhile, Loud is going all towards V. Zekken's the only one here. TP's to safety. The spit'll buy some time.
Zelsis is so fast on these reactionary plays.
But they're gonna go anyway. Satcheling forward. A confident call to arms from the attacking side as DG has already wrapped. Zelsis has nowhere to go, he's dead.
Heaven's not smoked, but it's only a stinger there.
I mean, there's a little bit of help coming, but the flank is being flanked too. He's just on the prowl. And there it is, John's down. A 5v3 now, and it's only gotten worse for Sentinels. Vinny committing to getting the plant down to 3v2. Bang and Narrate forced to make this conversion happen, and it's gotten a little bit closer now. Still plenty of work to be done. Pancata and Vinny looking to keep them at bay. The stun connecting, and the shots do too. Vinny's now down. Pancata again put in a position where he has to deliver for Loud.
You still have Paranoia online.
Seeing one come across, drawing the suck. There's not a lot of time on this. Off the tap, the spam coming through. Narrate has to get aggressive. He's got to go. He's only gotten it down to one. Bang should connect. He's gotten four. The defuse will come through. That's another round for Sentinels.
And another clutch. How many times are they going to do this map? Bang, what is the kill through the smoke? Just full-on intuition spraying. And an overheat from Loud, giving 2 free kills on a free B site.
Last player standing.
That's something that's going to be in your nightmares if you're Loud.
You guys didn't see that. You didn't hear it. You didn't read the lips. There was nothing there, I promise. It is a family-friendly show, okay? 2 rounds between the two. Sentinels, just when it looked like Loud was finding a way back into this, they get shoved back. This war of attrition seemingly going the way of Sentinels now. And Zekken's in a really nice spot. Not triggered by the cage, but he's got to be careful. Knife out, one spotted on the spam, connects, tries to get away, but fails. The nade will push John back as well. He's gonna buy a little bit of time off the missiles, and they've been segmented apart. DG's up really far ahead. He's got a stinger.
All the meanwhile, you look at Bang pushing all the way out through B main. He's gonna find this timing on Pancata, and he's patient with it. What an outplay.
Now TPing to rejoin his comrades.
Zelsis with this judge. He's just gonna be jumping around for his team.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They've got 2 rifles. They've invested the ult as well. They've already gotten out onto 1. 2E's is in a really good spot here.
Showstopper online now as well.
They've got the tools. They've got to, look at them scatter. They've got to run away. They've got to give the space up. And it will connect. Zelsis now down. I don't know how they find a way back into this. Narrate and Bang.
They've done it before.
I mean, despite their best efforts, though, it's got to be on Bang, and he gets dropped as soon as he swings. Narrate will get one. It looks like an attempt at damaging economy now. No real chance to win the round, but some parting shots. Loud will get to 8. The money's not great.
And this is just one of the most unbelievable matches we have ever seen. Every single map is just a battle back and forth, round after round. Every time it feels like a team is just gonna take it and run away.
One enemy remains.
The other steps up. Huge.
I look at the buy for Sentinels, man.
It's economy completely broken, but Zekken has the Phantom. He has been getting a lot of first bloods. Getting this one would mean an upgrade, potentially in the mid-round.
I mean, how much more can you put on this kid's shoulders, though? He's gotten one. He's done well to get that far.
I mean, he might get more right here. He's ahead of this.
He's got his ult, too.
This is just duelist things right now.
This is danger. Sidestepping the stun. Turning the flash.
Dodging the nade.
Narrate is here. This is messy. All the potential to get out of hand. The flash timing is really nice. Zekin's not able to contribute here. Has to TP and get away and does. A labored attempt.
He still has clone. He still has a flash. He can do some real damage coming out of spawn right here.
Off of the paranoia. Instantly dropped at the hands of the duelists on the other side of the stage. DG, who had gone quiet for a little bit, coming back to life. 2 weapons in the hands of Sentinels here. Do they go for this? That's 1 kill found. They've got a shot at this. 2 playing backside. They've got a crazy crossfire with 2. He's still playing back in garage. The smoke to try to isolate. You've got to be careful here. 1 kill found on the side of DG. That's 3 for him. Zelsis tries to get away, but we're tied at 9.
Zekin just barely missing those shots in B main by a thread. His timing, had he peeked out even just a millisecond sooner, he catches 2 players not looking at him. That's truly what this is coming down to. DG, you're right, he's online now. He gets a 3K into that round. A 2K in the previous. He's sitting at 20 and 10. A lot of the success of Loud on this map of Split has been him stepping up, dropping absolute bombs on every single team he's played.
Couple of really explosive ults on the board here.
You are divided.
This is not a fake. They're fully committing into this, but they're going to have to deal with the pit. Meanwhile, DG's down.
What?
1 kill found, and there it is. The pit now down. The site now theirs for the taking.
What a great paranoia.
In the face of the aggression, they try to fight back. Bang goes aggressive. Switches weapons. Vinny now weak. Spike still in the hands of Kawanzin, but he can't commit to getting the plant down. He's got to help the fight heaven. Quiet now. Kawanzin in a really nice position.
He's in a power position right now.
And they think the site is going away. They think the rotation's back towards A. What a shot from Narrate.
What do you mean? John, he's reflanking right now as well.
Pankata and Kawanzin with so much to do here. Flash in the face of a controller, make that 2. Trying to drop utility, but again, keep an eye on John's position.
There's no way Pankata is aware.
No.
He's not checking at all.
Patience.
Wait, did he?
Patience from the IGL here. Not fully committing, not fully swinging as Pankata goes exploring. Committing the ult. That's going to funnel him out. He's going to spot him. He's dead. A beautiful round from Sentinels. And they take the lead once more.
Beautiful round, beautiful answer back. And it's just shocking. Uncharacteristic of Zelsis falling here, but that trap play in market. Oh. Narrate. I mean, it looked like he wanted a full cleared in the first place. Does a double take, takes him out. Kawanzin, he made it out B main, but he was too afraid to take the risk going up B heaven. And that was the key difference. Sentinels moved as a pack that entire time. And you gotta give John his daps. The way that he played that flank, getting deposited in there, using his utility first.
The tension is palpable. I believe this is the last timeout. No, it's not. I just lied to you. Sentinels still have 1 that they can invest. As we take a quick look to what the next round holds. The money's spotty. And you got a stinger for Kawanzin.
And light armors on 3 members of Loud. On the other end, 5 phantoms in play. 1 headshot is all it takes. Sentinels, they're very good at getting these spam kills as well. We saw Bang already start off the last round with 1. And he took out DG Zine. How can Loud set DG Zine up for success to not get picked off early?
20 and 11 right now.
He's the win condition right now for Loud.
Whoop.
And he's fumbling satchels.
A little bit of a misfire there.
Those nerves are starting to settle.
Seconds are really aggressive up towards A. He's got the TP back elbow, and again, playing in the cage, but he's gone unchecked. Takes a step back, though. Feeling the pressure.
Wants none of that fight this time around. But instantly re-cleared by John QT. Stealth drone has been used. Proactivity now from the side of Sen and B main. A flash and an Omen teleport used. And I don't think this was heard at all from Loud. This is so much info gathered from Sentinels.
They're concerned. I mean, look at John's position right now. He was looking back towards stairs, concerned that they had lost the heaven timing on B.
But these sight holds can be so hard to break through. You have a Yoru who can throw infinite flashes, it feels like, behind that map area. You have Celsius with a Viper's volley to delay even longer for the rotation of John QT to come.
I wonder how long his TP timing has. Celsius spamming through, not connecting.
Oh, this utility buys enough time for Celsius to get into sight. Here's the proactivity.
Tries to turn the flash. Zekken's able to connect on Accounting. 13 seconds left, and there is no contribution from the attack. A flawless round for Sen City.
You just cannot break through these sight holds without baiting out any of this utility. But Sen, they're not going to give it to you.
I think the economy's bad for Loud.
It most certainly is.
What a hold.
The setup was perfect. And the proactivity from the B players of Bang and Narrate, that set that all in motion.
I need to blow something up.
Yeah, Loud's money's not good, man. They're playing for OT.
And it's a hero rifle on Loud's newest star. But he's been getting shut down the last 2 rounds.
Letting Roomba do its thing. Not cleared out. Off of that confidence that they could take the space. Meanwhile, jump spots back towards A. They're feeling a lot of the pressure B.
Look at how quick Loud want to get out of there. They remember what happened to them previously when that breach stun came through. The Tejo missile crunch.
Meanwhile, they have decided to end A. You have a deep smoke back towards spawn.
It's the right call, but Zekken,
And they don't have the guns.
the man of the hour, is he going to get overwhelmed?
Trying to connect through. They're trying to find him.
He gets out. What a smart play, Doug.
They've given up the site, but they've lived to fight another day. They've managed to stay alive. Spike now planted. A 5v4. Narrate has ult. DG's in a really nice spot. But when is the cue for him to go? Keep an eye on Pancata on the minimap as well. Still playing back towards mid. Tui's getting swung on. Zekken's dead, looking for another, but he's overwhelmed. Now Vinny, stunned, cannot contribute either.
It is planted for heaven. Celsius hearing Pancata drop.
Remember, DG's the only one with a rifle. Pancata has nothing but a sheriff, and he's gonna fall. Banks gonna stick the defuse all the way. Sentinels get to series point.
Methodical retake from Sentinels. Zekken, he was flirting with the idea of trying to fight a little bit in that site, but as soon as John gets that pick through the smoke, he teleports out, plays the numbers game. That discipline was the difference. Great trading here in screens as well. And I'm sorry, DG's in, but there's no pings anymore to spam like that. You're left to your devices.
Opt for Zekken.
Match point for Sentinels.
This feels like one of the biggest leads we've had across all 3 maps. What's the play for Lab? They have a rocket. They have Vinny's ult too. First one popped. DG looking to go forward, stunned.
But no one clears this.
They've invested more. John's in the discipline corner, and he's gonna go unchecked. He's gonna find everything. 2 kills found. Info on the 3rd. But DG on the counter. Still outnumbered here. DG's so weak, 12 HP. And Sentinels can slow the situation down. Off the clone, off the flash. Bang going backside. He's spotting DG. He's dead. Can Pancata 1v3? With Spike out of hand? The need for a clutch is paramount here. Sentinels were pushed. Sentinels were tested. Can they ace the final test here? Pancada dropping down. Look at this high-low setup off the Paranoia. Zekin looking to connect on the swing. Pancadas finds him. 10 HP, and that's all. It'll be the war of attrition goes the way of Sen City. They take down Loud.
The gauntlet that this team of Sentinels just had to go through. Loud pushing them to the absolute limit. You saw the look on Narrate even after winning. Completely exhausted. Battery drained. What a series. I think probably one of the best series of Valorant I've ever seen.
You got to give Loud their credit, man, because there were few people who gave them any chance in this fight.
Everyone was thinking it was going to be a 2-0. Let's just say it how it is.
So I think there's credit to be given to Loud, but also wins like this are formative. And for a new roster, for Sen City, who's dealing with the addition of Bang and Narrate, to go through a win like this, to grind it out, and it wasn't always pretty, right? It wasn't sexy every single round, but you learn a lot about yourself when you walk away with a win like that.
And it just brings you closer as a team. And with more and more time, more and more chemistry building between these kids, you can't but help but feel like they're one of the strongest teams in VCT North America.
A winner's bout for the boys, and again, Loud pushed him, man.
We saw a lot of good things out of Loud today, man.
Yep.
I mean, that second map could have gone either way.
The first, every map could have gone either way.
Every map could have gone either way.
But a spectacular performance.
And I think it's just a testament to the communication, the intensity in the comms of Sentinels. You can tell how bad every single person on that team wants it. And they dug deep for this one, man.
And again, I want to go back to mentioning this because I think it's worth repeating. This is a roster that went through changes. That's now dealing with having 2 new players, with having a new assistant coach.
A new meta.
So, and a new meta, right? Like, you can look at that and go, oh, well, they're experienced and they're good and they won Madrid last year and all those things are true. But implementing 2 new players into that in a new meta with the new assistant coach is a different beast.
Yeah, and I'm just still so impressed about how they still continue to innovate on a map like Split, where it just seems like everybody was copying their compositions. I guarantee you we're going to see more compositions like theirs in the future on this map of Split, because it is so much utility. It's so hard to hold these sites. It's honestly a pleasure to watch.
I mean, you saw it. Loud looked uncomfortable. They fall at the hands of Sentinels. Let's throw it down to Elizabeth on the stage behind me for the Verizon post-match interview with John QT.
Thank you so much, Doug and Baby Bay. And I'm here with the IGL, the man of the hour, John Cutie from Sentinels. And
thank you.
they screamed you before, they're still screaming for you. Something I want to talk to you about is there's kind of been this change in Sentinels vibe. You guys are a little more trash talky, a little more, you're more willing to stand up. No, we used to have just like the one little wave from you, but now you're standing up. Talk to me about that. What's going on? What's different?
I mean, it's like different roster, different energy, obviously. We obviously lost 2 vets in Sassy and Tens, and we have some newcomers that are more younger, so we do what we need to bring up the energy and like the mood on the team, and if it's like standing up, that's what's gonna make us win, then we'll do it. So.
Do they make you feel young again?
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm 16 again.
Well, I talked to Kaplan after the first map, and he said you guys were playing afraid. He almost seemed a little aggressive in his response to me. Can you talk to me about what he specifically said to you backstage and on the headset when you guys were going into map 2?
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's right. We also felt it like instantly after we did. We're not playing like ourselves. We're playing afraid. Like we're afraid of taking risk. We're not following the util and stuff like that. So we just made sure to clean it up, and yeah, it showed after the 2 maps.
How do you, as a leader, take that note and instill it into your teammates?
I mean, just making sure to give them like positive reinforcement, like in freeze time. Like, guys, we need to do this. We need to make sure we're doing things properly. Like just reminders in freeze time help a lot.
What do you? In terms of expectations from you guys, do you think you have performed today at your expectations, or do you think there is more for Sentinels to give and show?
I think there's definitely more to show and more to improve on. I think we'll with this roster we'll definitely like slowly improve and peak at the end of the year. I think we're in a good place right now. Obviously, we're like 1 game away from Bangkok, and so we're feeling good, and we'll be definitely more ready for next game.
You're one game away from Bangkok. Your rookie year, you made it to Masters Madrid, won it, took your team to the end with an incredible last map, which I think we all remember and loved. What is different about this time?
I mean, definitely the opposition is way better. Definitely.
In terms of Americas or international?
Americas, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's definitely more difficult than last year. Every team improved. All the rosters look very strong. Anyone can win on any given day. You just need to show up 100% and like be ready to win for sure.
Then why is Sentinels going to go all the way?
Because we're the best.
That's it. You're simply the best.
Yeah.
Well, the fans certainly believe it. Now, one last question for you. I think maybe there are a lot of people, like when you went to Champions, you were considered, the most overrated team. You made it to 4th. Would you like to say anything to those who still doubt Sen and Sen City?
I mean, the results speaks for themselves. Like I don't feel like I need to say anything, but yeah. I mean, Sentinels were in Americas. We know that.
Okay. How does that sound, you guys? Sound good? Well, thank you so much, John. Give it up for John Cutie one more time, everyone. We're going to head to a break, but stay right there because it's G2 versus Lev.
Red Bull gives you wings.
So I've got a bunch of different mice.
When you find the one, you know it's the one.
저는 이게 제일 좋은 것 같아요.
Look at this. Isn't this perfect?
누가 만들었는지 알려주는 것도 같이 들어있고.
This mouse is ready for a fashion show.
It's Pulsar by me.
It's by me.
It's Pulsar by you.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secretlab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.